I'm appalled at what you said on that pod thing. It's disgusting.
This is the After the Show podcast. It's where we get honest and real with yo ass. So sit back, relax, have a blast, because it's time for the After the Show podcast.
Yeah, here we go. Happy Monday. Welcome to the KVJ After the Show podcast. Busy weekend with the Crawfish Festival that went down at the Abacoa Amphitheater. Really great turnout, good time. Value Meal Killer Show was fantastic. Special guests were there aplenty. It's very nice to see. Christian Wilkins from the Miami Dolphins was able to stop by and say hello to the crowd.
You should feel proud. You put on a good fucking festival, dog.
I was so proud. I was so happy. It was so fun talking to so many people that were just having the best day. It felt like everybody was in a great mood.
Both years the Snack Pack has performed, that was the number one comment I would hear, that it was a fun, goofy, lighthearted atmosphere. And that's what you want.
The vibe was just on point.
Yep. It was a really good time. It was nice to get to meet everybody, and thanks for all the emails that people had sent in with the photos we all took together.
That crowd was jumping.
That one picture that Panda took of the whole Snack Pack with Christian Wilkins and Tyler Cameron on stage, and the whole crowd was packed behind us. It was just, couldn't see any grass at the amphitheater. It was all just people.
I was pumped to see all the little kids that came out. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, the kids love the snacks.
That was awesome.
Mm-hmm. Really good time. So thank you to everybody that made it out there. Got a lot of stuff going on. Some of the emails that we had, Nikki said, is the performance from this weekend anywhere online?
Yes, so unfortunately I told you all about the stuff that happened before. Klepto from the Snack Pack, his brother passed away and his mom passed away, all within the same. His mom just passed away a couple hours ago. She was when I got the message, I thought she had already passed, but she'd been holding on since Saturday.
They were both in hospice
at the
same time, unrelated illness
across the rooms, basically, from what I've been told. But
across the hall,
yeah, that's what I meant.
It's crazy.
And so that Klepto at the last minute was not able to do the show, and that kind of threw a lot off. And I understand. I felt so bad for him. And so Denny's had to step in and do all that, but we put a camera up in the front. It's not the best, but we had a lot of other stuff planned. But because of the audibles that had happened, we just weren't able to get the film we wanted. But the whole show will be available on YouTube. Just don't send me an email about the shitty angles. I know.
Yeah, the cool thing that we're going to be doing with our live show coming up this Friday from the Palm Beach Kennel Club is that we've got a new mobile video unit that we're going to be putting to the test, and it's going to have multiple cameras and should hopefully look like what it does right now if you're watching us on KVJ TV. So
fancy.
Yeah. So that will hopefully be something that looks good. We're trying it out for the first time with the show this Friday. Tara said, we want to call the Value Meal Killer and the Snack Pack for putting on a great show. I took my two daughters, and they had a blast. When leaving, my 12-year-old said that this was the best show she's ever seen, and she's seen Ariana Grande and Billy Joel. You're better than both of them, Bird.
That is such an awesome email.
Suck it, Billy. Suck it, Ariana.
That's amazing. Thank you for the very kind words.
It was fun.
It was.
You can't be just moping at a Snack Pack show.
No.
You're going to be dancing. You're going to be hit in the face with a Bud's chicken and seafood sandwich.
The funny thing is, when we do a Snack Pack show like that, I would say 90% of the audience was KVJ, 10% were not. And seeing their face going, what the fuck is this? What is going? The one guy picked up a snack. Goes, what the fuck? I could see his mouth go, what the fuck?
Because you can tell the people that came out for the Cajun music. And
Our people versus people that don't know us.
It's very funny to see those two crowds come together.
Yeah. Is that guy making out with this older woman on stage? What the fuck is going on here?
Cougars.
Nurse Corey from the Pizzle said during the Snack Pack show, Jason had different Snack Pack shirts being thrown out. The guy in front of me happened to grab two of the shirts that got thrown in my direction. I was hoping that there was a way to get shirts.
We're out of them now.
Okay.
But we are we're gonna work back on it because we got an album we're almost done with, so we're gonna start getting back out there a little bit more.
Okay.
So
We will have shirts this Friday. They do have some KVJ shirts that are going to be at the live show that they put together, and the radio station handles the KVJ merch now. We're not in the game.
So if you don't like it, don't yell at us.
Yeah, but they put it out. I think it's going to be $30 a shirt because they have handling fees and whatnot. So that feels like a good deal for you. There will be shirts out there.
And two, I would like to encourage everybody who's coming to the live podcast that's happening this Friday at the Kennel Club. Bring diapers for Denny's. Bring like some diapers, just a little baby gift, buy a little small pack of diapers, size 1 or size 2. And let's make Denny's car so he can't see out of any of his windows because there's so much diapers in his car.
sounds safe.
So he wrecks and dies on the way home.
Can't wait for.
And his child can grow up fatherless.
That's a fucking country song, by the way.
Yeah.
And Denny's is dead.
Denny's is dead.
Yeah, but you're right though.
No, I'll put him in my car. I got an SUV. We'll load it up. Just everybody do that for Denny's. If you're coming on Friday, bring some diapers.
I thought, man, I'm so glad I'm glad it's Friday. For some reason I thought it was Saturday, but no, it's
Happy hour.
Yeah. That's a good move.
Got an email from Heather. She said, so I got this whole life bracelet from the concert Saturday. I was wondering, what does it mean? Vagina, butthole, or donut hole? I'm confused because between the Snack Pack song and the Cougar song, it could be either. So please educate me. Also, my husband thinks it's a golf bracelet. Just need to know. So when somebody asks me, I can tell them. Thanks, Heather from Stewart, and love seeing Jaybird on stage too.
Thank you. I have no idea. That's not my work.
It's Mark who goes for the Guinness Book of World Records. It's cornhole.
Okay.
He's into cornhole.
Okay.
And breaks like cornhole records and stuff. So
Some guy Snack Pack's in a butthole.
I mean, they are into ass play, but
Snack Pack are a bunch of pirates. We like stuff.
Katie May from Marietta, Georgia said, I had bought a ticket to fly in early from Georgia for the live show on Friday, but unfortunately tickets for the show were gone, probably before Kevin even finished the sentence about how to get one. I ain't mad, though. Like Bird, I too believe when you go out into the world, a lot of times things won't go your way. It's a gamble, baby. But last week, when y'all were reading off listener complaints about it, Virginia said something about coming to the show anyway. I'm not familiar with the Palm Beach Kennel Club, so she's either sending out a not-so-subtle message to get in the bushes, or there's more space to hang out and grab a drink that y'all might filter into before or after the live show. Would love to see y'all, but if this time ain't it, that's okay too. Just ignore the girl in the Braves cap playing no-name movie game in the bushes.
Aww. No, the Kennel Club is a big place.
Whoa.
The Kennel Club is a big place. So I would just say come, and then hopefully we can meet everybody. We're not going to leave until we get a chance to talk to everybody.
The paddock room that we have is a separate closed-off area. There is a lot of room that you could go other places. I don't know exactly how it's going to look. I do know that they have saved a little bit of space, and they're giving away now some VIP tickets. There's a package that you can get today at 12:30. Randy's got some of those. So, there is a little bit of wiggle room. If you listen to 97.9 WRMF throughout the day, they're going to be giving away tickets all this week to get in.
If anybody needs to be VIP, it's a girl who's flying in from out of town that already bought airplane tickets.
Mm-hmm. Well, maybe you can snag or email Virginia, and you can swipe it down on some of those tickets. I don't know.
Yeah, I want everybody to get in.
Yeah, you never know who. I mean, maybe someone doesn't show up. You never know.
Exactly.
That does. I mean, when does that ever happen? Where 100% of the people, it never happens.
Somebody always has something come up.
Poopy cramps, or a divorce, or I don't know, jail.
Yeah. So can't promise anything. We're trying to figure it
or
all
all
out.
of that. That's a rough night. I shit myself in jail.
That is the roughest of nights. I don't know if it gets that much worse.
Yeah, that's why we want to do the ticketing stuff. So if you have one of those, then you're guaranteed to get in. And if you don't, then who knows what might happen. But at that point, we can't necessarily promise. So I wouldn't want people to come out and be, y'all it made me feel like I could get in. Fuck y'all.
Fuck y'all, because people will come up to you and say, fuck y'all.
Yeah, so, if you don't have one of those tickets, I'm not positive. So just keep listening to the radio station this week, and they'll be giving away some of those. And
Yeah, win those VIP up front tickets. Then you're like fancy pants.
Oh,
Yeah.
you'll be able to see Kevin's hair up close. My titties.
Are you going to wear a super tight onesie again so everybody can see your dick and balls? Because you did that one year at Copper Blues, and your dick and balls were eye level with everybody.
And I really did quite. I packed on a lot of weight, but also drinks that night. So, after your fourth drink, you really stop forgetting how to move in public. I was man-spreading and everybody could see it.
Whoa. Hey, dick and balls.
I don't know what I'm wearing. Yeah, that's a great question. I want to get through this last weekend, man.
You wore plastic pants on stage in the heat.
Oh.
I don't know how you didn't pass out at the
did.
Crawfish Fest.
I got off stage and I just about passed out. And then I looked over and 3 other people were passed out.
Oh, Bigfoot was having to be resuscitated.
Yeah, Bigfoot almost died on stage.
oh my gosh,
Yeah, it was crazy.
yeah, that's a dangerous stuff.
Well, he's in that costume. It was hot as hell outside of that costume.
It got real hot on Saturday.
Yeah, hotness is already here.
I've never been in this place at the Kennel Club. Have you been to the paddock room before?
I saw pictures of the paddock room. I know I've been in there, but I can't remember the space. I saw the pictures, though. It's big. It's a big room.
Okay.
And there is area for there to be like standing room only.
Huh.
Okay.
That's just my opinion.
You never been in there though, Cav.
And where are
The paddock room?
Paddock room.
I have been in the paddock room.
He
yeah.
has.
I've been in there. It's a good space. It's a good sized space. So I think everybody who's in there will be comfortable. It's just a matter of once we meet that mark, what kind of availability we have. And I do not know that answer. Dorothy sent in an email, said, I love the show, but I got to call out Tyreek Hill. He was a summer coach at my great-nephew's high school in Lee Summit, Missouri. Okay. And he would not take pictures or sign autographs. If you don't know, Tyreek Hill is a wide receiver with the Miami Dolphins. Before that, with the Kansas City Chiefs. So that's probably why he was in Lee Summit, Missouri, which is a suburb of Kansas City. She said, my nephew has Down syndrome and was taken with Tyreek after he patted his head and said, good job. When Tyreek left the Chiefs, my nephew was heartbroken, but still told everyone that you must respect the man. So I wanted to do something for my nephew and purchase Tyreek's Miami Dolphins jersey back in October and sent it to Valerie at the training camp. As of today, I've still not received it, and I call every few weeks, and Valerie apologizes and sends Tyreek a text message. And there's a picture of Hunter right there. The only thing I will tell you, because I got to see Tyreek at the Dolphins training camp, and he is very good about going over to people. In fact, I was really impressed because there were a bunch of people that were kind of yelling at him, and he went over and signed autographs and hung out with people and talked to people way longer than, because the players are out there for a little bit and they'll meet their friends and family and then they, go in to watch film and all that kind of stuff. And Tyreek really did go out of his way. Sometimes I think there's a misunderstanding. Just seeing, for instance, even on Friday, we had dinner with Christian Wilkins. He was up here for the Crawfish Festival and stayed in the area, and so we did dinner on Friday night.
Stayed at the beautiful Jupiter Beach Resort.
Yeah, and so we had a nice dinner with him in a little secluded room. And, just even at the Duffy's where we had done dinner, everybody who worked at Duffy's came up and took a photo. And, when you get to a certain level like that, hey, look, and he was so awesome with everybody. Christian is great, and I would defend Tyreek Hill in the same way. But, I've seen people like that. We're not to that level. We're at a nice level where you get, a few photos here and there, and they're really good. I don't know how tough it would be when it's a nonstop barrage. And I even see how many requests we get for certain things. And, man, we try to do as much as we can. But, like Taylor Swift gets so much credit for always doing something awesome for her fans. But I I wonder how many fans have sent in requests. It's got to be tens of
of
thousands
course.
of requests that she gets that you just can't keep up with the sheer volume of what's going on, and they don't have departments that are big enough for that.
I got called out one time. It was pretty awful. We're at this park doing some kind of event, and this guy says, "Jay Bird, you didn't sing happy birthday or say happy birthday to my daughter," and I sent you and I just never got the message. Something happened, and then he was like yelling at me about it, and it felt really, really weird and awkward. But I swear I'd never gotten the message, and that can just happen.
It's overwhelming for guys like Tyreek and for guys like Christian, for guys like Tyler Cameron, because everywhere they go, they are constantly bombarded, and people say weird stuff. A chick got arrested on Thursday night because she was harassing Tyler Cameron so bad at the Bachelor auction. This woman was insane, and she was hitting him, physically hitting him.
Why?
She thought she was flirting with him, but she was really drunk.
Oh,
so
wow.
so eventually, like, the people around him realized, oh, we got to get this girl away from Tyler. She's going to hurt him.
Oh, jeez.
And so the manager came over to remove the girl, and they started fighting with the manager. Fist fighting. They had to body slam her.
No
then
way.
Then the cops show up, and this bitch is fighting with the cops. She got arrested because she was being so awful to Tyler Cameron. This just happens to them everywhere they go. And I feel bad for them because they can't really just hang out like reg people.
No.
Everywhere they go, probably 99% of the people are cool. It only takes 1% to be like that chick was on Thursday night to make you a little scared and jaded.
Well,
it's horrifying.
And to give people perspective on the other end of it too, you would not believe how draining it can be because you have to keep a smile, you have to keep, and you have weird comments. People come up and it's so weird. People just don't have a good gauge that they can be really insulting to you, to your face, and you get a few of those after a while, and you're like, gosh, I'm getting tapped, and so your energy levels deplete super fast if you're in that situation. So I see these super famous people, and I want to defend them a bit because it's a challenge for them.
Just even on Saturday, there was a lot of people there. Yeah, there was some dicky. So many nice people, but there was some dicky people out there. You're right. People start drinking and they start saying weird shit, and you're like, help.
They tell you how much they don't like you.
Yeah.
Backstage at your show.
Or how fat you are.
Like, what is going on right now?
Yeah, I got that.
And we get it on a very small scale. You can't imagine what it's like to be Tyreek or Christian or Tyler Cameron and just be out there in the world, and you get it constantly.
Kristen Wilkins, though, he's such a great, genuine good person.
He really is, and he loves people, and he's great with people and all the fans. And I think to do it right, though, you have to do it in smaller spurts, and you just get to a certain level of fame, which Tyreek, Christian, Tyler, those kind of guys are at, where you just can't accommodate every single request that comes your way, and so I know they feel bad about it, but I got to defend some of those guys sometimes because I think it gets misinterpreted that they're jerks, and they're not. They're the furthest thing from it.
The guy that yelled at me, I felt like a jerk because he's talking about his daughter, and it's in front of all these people, and he was upset about it.
You didn't wish her happy birthday.
Oh my gosh! And you feel bad, but even on our low level, it can happen. It can happen easily.
And I'm at a low level that anybody. I welcome everyone to come up and say hey to me if you see me out. So it's never something where I'm that. But I do see the Christian level of, having to take photos and things like that. And, I could see where maybe one day if you've been in it long enough, you're just like, hey, let me eat with my family or whatever.
People come up to me who don't even listen to this show. I just have this attraction to weird people coming up to me.
Yeah,
you're always
you do.
approached. Yeah.
You've always had that pre-radio.
I get it from my dad. I've seen it happen to my dad his whole life. My dad will be walking, and my dad could be in a desert, and all of a sudden there'll be a weird situation with him and a guy.
So I was licking this zebra. What?
Let me see here. Got an email from Lisa. She said, I was listening to an After the Show podcast, and I want to call Virginia out for making me pee my pants when she said she just wanted the lady listener to be happy and called her the C word. I listen every day, start to finish, and the After the Show podcast. Don't listen to the haters. Every show is awesome and brings a smile to my face and apparently dampness to the undercarriage from laughing too hard.
I love that.
I've told that story a couple of times about how our podcast turned into the C word podcast.
Yes.
Well, I thought I was going to stop with Virginia, and then Kevin comes up and starts to read McCunty on the air, and then it was.
It just snowballed after that. There was no stopping the cunt.
And you get so Southern and Cajun when you're really mad and you want to call a woman a cunt. You go into cunt. It goes into
The key of
It's so Cajun.
I really love the one topic that we had today on the show. I'm so South Florida that I remember when. It is always fascinating to me. Just I am mesmerized because I grew up in an area that doesn't change that much. You know, my hometown, I mean, it looks the way it does today as it did 50 years ago. There's just really not any change. And South Florida is definitely not that. In just 20 years, it's unreal to see how much South Florida is changing. And so we're kind of going through that. People who have been around long enough, whether you're a native or just a transplant's been here forever. Doug said, yeah, you guys are talking about I-95 and Twin Lakes. Yeah, I-95 was built in sections, he said. The first section went from Miami to Okeechobee Boulevard. And for almost 10 years, it sat that way. And once you got to Okeechobee Boulevard, that was it. No more I-95. As for Twin Lakes, it is now Dreyfus School of the Arts. It was first Palm Beach High School. It was built in 1903, and it was combined with Roosevelt High School in 1970. Roosevelt was first built in 1927. He said John Kennedy used to drive himself to the airport from the Kennedy compound on Palm Beach, and Air Force One would be parked at Military and Southern. It's on the other end now.
So the president would drive himself?
Yes.
When he was president?
Yes. Kennedy would drive himself.
So
Wow.
when did we start doing Secret Service and protection?
He had it then. I guess he just felt in Palm Beach, in a different state. This was maybe a vacation retreat, and at the time it was small enough and he felt safe enough. The world maybe wasn't as crazy, and maybe if he would have known what his demise was going to be, he would have had a different take on it and would have taken more security precautions. I don't know. But he said, you could come up and he would shake people's hands and he would make believe that he remembered you from the last time he saw you. And you couldn't have a sign, and they had 4 Marines guarding the plane, and he was accompanied by 3 Secret Service agents.
Wow, that's cool to know.
Yeah, they only closed the airport when he took off. He said now when Bill Clinton and George W. Bush parked there, it was much different, Doug.
What a different time, man.
Well, and I'm sure the assassination of Kennedy himself changed a lot of that.
That I would like to know, when did they really start doing Secret Service? I mean, did Lincoln have people following him? But clearly not, because
Not in the theater.
Yeah, we know what happened with that.
No, I think his deal was he had one security guy, and I can't remember what it was with Lincoln's assassination, but he stepped away or something like that.
He was pooping.
He had poopy
I
cramps.
think it was legit because they did not feel the threat wasn't even there. And if you go back to early American history with presidents, I think you could walk up and knock on the White House door at one point.
Wow.
Oh, Kevin's got such a history boner right now.
Boing, oing, oing, oing. Yeah. So it was a different era. You would see a president walk right out of the White House and just down the street.
Dang.
And who's the one president? Was it the one that had the big dick and then he'd shit in front of people and he'd show people his. Like,
Oh, that was Johnson, oddly enough.
Johnson.
Yeah.
And what was the rumor that he'd show people?
Jumbo. He had a nickname for it. He called it Big Jumbo or something like that. And
I'm not accusing him of exposing himself, but did he walk around with his dick out or something?
Yeah. I think it was something about he threw it on the desk one time.
That's what I thought.
That's not presidential.
Again, a different time.
Yeah.
Wow. It's a bold move.
It turned political.
It's a power move.
Political penis.
Yeah. At least he nicknamed it. Yeah. Penis nickname Jumbo is what he called it.
Jumbo. Wow.
Yeah, and it says he regularly showed his penis off to the staff and journalists at the White House saying, have you ever seen anything as big as this?
Guys, I mean, imagine if
Unreal.
Imagine if, by the way, that should have been weird back then.
Yeah.
There's no time period where that, hey guys, look at my big old dick. What was
Can you
that?
imagine if you had just saw the president whip his dick out?
There's never been a time period where everyone wouldn't walk out of that room going, guys, that was fucking weird, right?
When a journalist asked Johnson to justify the continuation of the Vietnam War, Johnson asked all the women to leave the room. Then he pulled out his penis and yelled, "That's why."
What the fuck?
Oh, my God. That's when men were men, Virginia.
If anybody questions you in a KVJ meeting, you should pull your dick out, Kevin.
Oh, no way.
I don't have a jumbo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this only works if you've got a jumbo. They said on YouTube you can find a recording of President Johnson ordering pants with an enlarged crotch area.
Wow.
He said, quote, "And another thing, the crotch down where your nuts hang, it's always a little too tight."
Here's my dick. America.
He was apparently notorious for crude behavior, which put those around him in huge discomfort.
Oh, my gosh. I heard he would poop with the door open, too, when he'd be giving interviews with journalists.
It says here, Johnson once urinated on a Secret Service agent's leg while the agent was giving him cover. He said, "Don't worry, son, it's my prerogative."
Wow, Johnson sounded like a presidential dick.
Wow.
And I'm not trying to get political there.
He loved to conduct his meetings while sitting on a toilet or urinating in a sink.
Oh.
And his staff had to accompany him.
All right, let's take out politics completely here. What the shit?
That's just too much.
It's too much. I don't care what side of the aisle you are on. We all can agree that is fucked.
It makes you sound like you're unhinged.
And again, people, it was a different time. I don't know really in the 1900s when that would have ever been ever cool or acceptable to do.
Even if a caveman pulls that act, they're like, "Why'd you do that, Bob?"
It's like, dude, you're pissing on my leg because it's your prerogative. Fuck you, caveman.
During his 1964 presidential election campaign, Johnson invited a couple White House reporters and a couple colleagues on Air Force One over. Nothing was odd except for the fact that Johnson undressed right in front of them and stood completely naked while answering their questions about the economy.
What?
This is insane that more people don't know. Are we sure this is true?
When he moved into the White House, he wanted to have additional shower heads installed to blast water directly at his penis. They had to have water pressure equivalent to that of a fire hose. What?
Okay, are they making stuff up?
Is this real?
Did we just get trick-talked?
And did Elvis die taking a poop?
Well,
No,
let's
he's
do
still
one thing at a
alive.
time.
I'm just saying, there's so much misinformation out there.
Yeah, this looks like a rather factual site. At least that's how it's based.
Wow.
Wow, if that's the case, Johnson was a dick.
Big dick. At least that's what he had. Man. Kim said, "I remember when the city place, the square, was all crack houses, and Twin Lakes School turned into the Dreyfus School of the Arts." Yeah. Yeah, that was the crazy thing, was where the square is now. And they're still kind of dealing with that. You know, that was a really bad part of town. And then they put the square in there, and it's all high end. But they keep pushing the boundaries of that. It's going to be interesting to see what they're doing. If you see now they're putting apartment complexes in what typically you'd be like, oh, I don't know, it may not be a good part of town. And so I don't know where that's going to end or where that's going to end up.
It is weird when you see like a shady area with like nice apartment complex. You're like, what's going on now?
Yeah, it's that whole, what are we doing here? Where are we going with this? And you keep hearing of other cities with the gentrification where they come in and they push some of the people out who can't afford to live in some of those places out somewhere else through either eminent domain or taxes or something along those lines. And they've got that Nora area that's going to be coming in kind of in that area. And it's right there on the fringe, right on the boundaries of what used to be considered kind of the bad part of town. So it'll be interesting to see how that works.
Wow.
Are you going to have people coming in there and causing problems, or are they going to push people out?
It just seems like South Florida's going through a big rehaul.
A facelift.
Yeah, man. It just because
We're definitely getting head to toe plastic surgery.
we are. I'm just noticing in towns that I really like that I grew up in, they're changing or they're about to change. Mm-hmm. And I'm old school. I got that old fool with an old tool.
Yeah.
You like the charm and the
Of course.
nostalgia of places that you grew up enjoying. When they knock everything down and put up high-rise apartments, it's not the same.
It loses its heart, and I'm a person that does believe you need some heart out there in life. I get it. You want to grow and expand. You got to make money. I get all that. But you just hope there'd be a way where it's not always going to be about that. I know, you're being naive, Bird. It's always about the green. I get that. It just sucks to see charming places be fucking destroyed for, another shitty condo that doesn't look that good. And probably in 5 years, half the people won't be living there anyway.
Hopefully what they'll do, and I know they are talking a good bit about this, is making sure that they're keeping affordable housing so that people of all different economics can still enjoy. And, hey, I don't think anybody mind if they fix up their neighborhood in their area. Of
course,
Sure, but make it accessible
Right.
for people that don't have the high incomes.
Yes.
You can't just make it all high income housing.
Well, that's what I'm seeing and noticing is that the charm is going away, and then the high income places are coming in. So you're just driving away any kind of life of what you had in that place. It's like a nuke, really.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So Remy said, where is this affordable housing?
Exactly. He's right, though.
Well, I know the one apartment complex they put up, and I do see that they're supposed to have, that's part of the deal with some of these things that they're putting up, some of these developments, is they have to have a certain amount that are at a certain rate level.
Price point that's lower.
Yeah. So I hope they maintain that. I hope that we
hope
don't
so,
lose
too.
that. Well, they're realizing that who's going to teach your kids, who's going to put out your fires, who's going to be your police, who's going to do all those kind of things. And most importantly for these Palm Beachers and rich people, who's going to serve you all your drinks, because they don't serve their own.
No.
So who's going to take out your trash, wash your dishes, all that kind of good stuff.
Marky Mark's pickles is through the roof. It's fucked.
Yeah. You know, and people, if they got to live 30 minutes away, they're not going to be able to afford to drive to your place to take care of you and then drive back home.
You're right. Mm-hmm. That's crazy amount of gas money.
Yeah, I think they did realize that. They must have told some politician, be like, hey, you know, you might have to make your own cocktails if you push them out. People,
What? How dare they? I do. Bitumen.
Yeah.
Bitumen make my cocktail. That's my rich voice.
Bitterman quit because he has to live in Vero.
yeah.
Quitterman.
Quitterman. I love that guy. He was great.
Christina said, I remember when Galaxy Skateway was open.
Oh, yeah. That place was, they would take us on field trips there. That would be a big field trip back in elementary school.
Yeah.
Do they still do that shit for kids? Fun field trips? Going to the bowling alley? Going to the rollers? I don't think they go to the roller rink anymore. Bird, how old are you?
Where did you and Panda used to go?
We would go to that place, a palace. There was Galaxy Skateway.
Mm-hmm. They definitely do field
Planet
trips,
Ice.
yeah.
Planet Ice. Panda said he worked there for a short time.
Oh, yeah.
Lene said, I am so South Florida. I remember when they had Wanna-Do City.
What was it called?
Wanna-Do City.
Why does that sound familiar?
That was down south. I took Magnolia to that when she was a little peanut. It was a whole like city in like a old shopping mall that they had put up where the kids could be working at Publix, working at a bank, working at a post office, working at a retail store. Like it was a whole little village town.
Yeah, it was in Sawgrass Mills.
Yes. That was
where
so
they had that in
cool.
Sunrise.
You guys ever get down there? Sawgrass Mills Mall? Because I remember that had a lot of hype around it back in the day, but I don't hear much about the Sawgrass Mall.
It's too far for me.
It's very far. I remember that.
Yeah, we get down there from time to time. So, and like I said, we're Caitlin's moving to Lauderdale tomorrow, so we're going to be in that area a good bit from here on out.
Y'all like it down there.
You do.
You're very familiar with it too.
Yeah.
I just don't go enough to have the familiarity.
Kevin's all about that 954 life.
Yeah, he is.
That 305 life.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, so we're going to be down there a lot. So, KVJ Nationals, I will let you know when we're out doing a little bar hopping.
Oh, that'd be
Pop on
cool,
in,
though.
have a couple drinks,
It's always nice to get a new set of restaurants / bars. I need to get some new restaurants in my life.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, maybe one of these days you can hop on the Bright Line with us. We'll take a little trip and hit up Fort Lauderdale and
A bright line bird is a fun bird.
have a couple drinks because they got some tall buildings.
On the way up, it's fun. On the way down, it's like, oh, Firebird.
We got to go north too. Do you know what Sailfish Sands is? It's like an upscale Top Golf. And they have all the same equipment as Top Golf, and they have like the bays where you golf, but they've got like upscale food. They came and did a cooking demo at the Crawfish Fest yesterday. They made crawfish etouffee, gumbo, jambalaya. They fed these people, and people were raving about their food. Their Chef Williams is from Jamaica. Such a cool guy. But their food is awesome, and it's like Top Golf, but not as crowded.
Okay.
And they have like more space, more bays. I want to go try it.
More beige bag.
More bays, bay.
Yeah.
Well, get in the bushes.
Lene said, I'm so South Florida. I remember when there was a movie theater in the Promenade Plaza. Yeah, that was a crazy thing, and I was just thinking about that today. Remember when there was a movie theater on Okeechobee Boulevard just west of I-95?
Yes.
In that little
Yes.
shopping plaza?
Oh, yeah.
I do.
And it went out because they opened up the Movie Co. at City Place, and it couldn't keep up because that was the fancy new place 20 years ago. And now the Movie Co. is done as of this week, and there is no place in West Palm Beach to go see a movie now. It's kind of crazy.
That is
It is.
weird.
Times have changed the movie industry.
What is old will be new again.
Yeah, you gotta
Mark my
travel.
words.
Yeah.
When I get a facelift, yes, it will.
You getting a facelift?
Eventually.
You are?
Not now.
Oh, man, that seat, in my opinion, isn't that where we get in the danger of Virginia? Don't go too much with your face.
You're right.
She will be like Madonna.
You ain't gonna listen. You're gonna fight. You're.
I'm just going to do a little pullback. Just a little
Oh
bit.
man, that's where you get. Just don't get LL lion look. People get
I
lion
know.
look.
I do not want to look like a cat.
People to end up get the lion look when you go. You start pinning shit back. You get lion eyes. You end up growing a fucking lion snout.
I'm morphing into a cougar, a real life cougar.
Kev, try to talk her out of that. I don't. Facelift, I think, is heavy duty shit, man. Isn't that the heroin of plastic surgery?
It is a big thing.
I don't know, Kev.
He's upset.
I think we've talked about this for a long time.
Well, you have to look at me the most in this world, second to my husband. I mean, the face, if it gets too rough, I don't want it to be a bad life for you.
It's gonna hurt. I know it hurt your feelings because I would never want to make fun of your lion face.
Yeah.
but that's something I would want to obviously make fun of because it's so insane. But if you put me in a weird spot, if you get lion face, honestly. I'm just saying.
We don't want a lion face Virginia.
No, because I won't be able to really make fun of it because I'll be a dick. But then I really, no, don't get it.
All right. The facelift is off the table, Kev.
Thank you.
Okay, it's already gone?
He talked me out of it.
Just like that. Okay.
I don't want it to be weird.
Well, we've got a very big week ahead of us here. Lots of stuff coming up. Of course, the live show Friday at the Palm Beach Kennel Club, 12:30. Today at 97.9 WRMF, Randy has got some VIP tickets for you for that, and that's going to be happening all week long. You'll be able to listen up.
12:30 is the giveaway today on the radio.
Yep, 12:30 is a giveaway.
The actual live podcast is a happy hour on Friday.
Yes, it is. This Friday, we're going to be there. Probably starting at 5:30. Show will start probably about 6 from the paddock room inside the Palm Beach Kennel Club. So listen up for that. And then on Saturdays, that Gwen Stefani show, that's going down the ballpark at the Palm Beaches.
I heard you're going to be out there live.
Yes,
Look
I
at
am.
you.
Yeah.
Will you get your sunglasses back?
I don't think so, no.
You're opening for her, right? You're doing a couple songs.
Yeah, I am, yeah.
That would be so amazing.
Why don't you do a Coolio rap and then forget the words like I did?
All right, don't beat yourself up. Come on, we had a great time up there. I forgot some words up there. There's a lot going on backstage. It was a successful event.
Yeah. And how many drinks did you have before you got up on stage, Virginia?
Dozen.
Oh, she was
Yeah.
doing what I call stress drinking. You could tell it's an event. It was Saturday morning. Mama just got her hurricane going. I get it.
I'm going back to singing "What a Man" because I know all those words.
No, don't let this get you down.
Stay positive. All right, so we'll hopefully see you out somewhere this week. Thank you for all the emails. Send them to us, mail@kvjshow.com. Y'all have a great day. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Goodbye.